again, Rum Rippers and Spirit Sippers. Wun Wun here again, and today we got another one. Today we're going to be talking about another Foursquare, the Covenant.
Nice!
Oh man, and just not too long ago, I was sitting there whining about how the Astronomy and the Covenant never made their way up here. I was worried about the other ones not going to make it up here, and now all of them are up here, and we got them all in the collection, and we are absolutely stoked. This is by far, I guess not by far, but this is the oldest Foursquare to date, 18 years old. This bad boy's coming in at 58% ABV, so 116 proof, and I am crazy excited to get into this. I had no idea if I was ever going to be able to grab a Covenant, if it was going to make its way up here, and it did, and here we go. Yeah, let's get it. Ooh, nice little pop. Off to a good start. Let's get that glass. I mean, that just had an amazing sound. Oh, that smells nice. It actually smells a little lighter than a lot of the Foursquares. It has that Foursquare distillery note, but it doesn't have that punch kind of. You can tell that this one's 116 and not 124. But you know how we do. It's 18 years old, so we're going to let it air out in the glass for about 18 minutes before we get after it. Don't go anywhere. All right, 18 minutes is up, and I'm definitely ready to get into this. Oh, it kind of broke my heart. I probably shouldn't have done it. While I was waiting, I went to go grab the receipt. Of course, I can never find the receipt for whatever I'm doing these things for. So I looked up, because I did get this one at Total Wine, and looked it up and just got slapped in the face again, remembering I bought this when it first came out because I was so excited to see one, and it was like $244.99.
Say what?
$245 for this damn thing, and now it's dropped in price, and now they're selling it for $214. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh my god, just what are you gonna do? It's like, grabbed it so I didn't miss out on it. Like the Astronomy came up here. I was so excited I grabbed it, and it's gone. So you know, you win some, you lose some, but god dang, that's a big hit. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, just can a brother save $30? That would have been nice. But what are you gonna do? Ooh, spilling a little bit. Can't be spilling this. The most expensive one of them yet. Almost $300 by the time you paid our Washington taxes.
Hey, what?
What, $50, $60 in tax after this on this thing? So yeah, basically like $315, $285. I don't know, somewhere in there. But expensive. Way too dang expensive. But this thing does smell like a little more of that that Foursquare rum distillery notes kind of broke through. Just that molasses and brown sugar, honey, mahogany. I mean, just the barrels. Just a super thick oak influence, like that oak and I don't know why I want to keep saying mahogany, but just that oak and brown sugar molasses note. That spicy honey. Oh, there is a nice delicate sweetness on the top of this one that's not in a lot of them. It almost reminds me a little bit of the Sagacity, I think. Yeah, there's just a little bit more of a floral sweetness on this one. I mean, they all have a sweetness, but this one I think is a little more floral than fruity, and a little bit of, I mean, just kind of more sweet honey forward. That spicy honey. Kind of like a confectionery sugar almost. And then literally like roses. This one's very, very floral. That is like a bouquet of flowers. Oh my god. Yeah, usually like a lot of them are, not usually, but a lot of them are fruit forward. This one's very floral. This is just like sticking your nose in like a bouquet of like 24 roses. That is nice. Oh, let's see if it tastes as nice as it smells. Let's get it. Cheers. I was a little worried because one of the other older ones is not my favorite. But this one's a few years older than that one, and boy, it brought it right back, and it is a long finish. My mouth is watering. It is still going. Oh my goodness. This is like in like a lamb, out like a lion. This one comes over the lips so silky smooth and easy and just peaceful. and it hits the mid palate, and it's like sweet and just still a little delicate and nice. And then it hits that back palate, and it's like, oh yeah, this is 116 proof, and just starts rumbling all the way down and going and going and going, and like it's just now starting to ease off. Like, wow, that is a long finish, and that is nice. I love that flavor. The nose is doing some weird things. It is kind of all over the place. It is. It's almost like sticking your nose in just a whole bouquet of wildflowers, because it's kind of changing, but it's all floral, but it is evolving and changing a little bit with that like prevalent oak note right behind all of it. Oh, like molasses and spicy honey and oak right behind just this wildflower essence. This is crazy. I like it though. Ah, we're back on board. I'm glad. Yeah, I had to pay an extra 30, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes, like I said, if I would have done that and tried to wait for the economy out and wait for it to go down or something crazy, then I would have never got one. So, wasn't gonna play the games. I want to keep the collection going, and man, this is gonna be right there at the top of it. Really, I'm gonna have to start doing some blinds and seeing what's what, but just off the rip, off the top of my head, I would have to say like this and the Tombstone are probably just like top of the top right here in the top of my head. Yeah, this could be, recency bias. I just now having it, but I'm pretty familiar with the selection collection, so to speak. And man, this is right there at the top. Probably this and Tombstone. The nose is crazy on this. It just kind of keeps switching up, and now it's almost kind of switching over to like a cherry Luden Brother cough medicine situation. That spicy blackstrap honey molasses note is kind of getting a little more almost medicinal, like the more it opens up. And then there it's kind of going back to the floral, and man, like I said, this thing is all over the place. But the flavor, oh my goodness, that is on point. One more time, let's get it. Prost. This might be my new favorite Foursquare. This is amazing. They're all delicious. Obviously, I love Foursquare, but this just comes in so smooth, sweet, and easy over the lips. Rolls right into the mid palate. Like, wow, this is nice. How is this 116 proof? There it is on the back end. And just has a crazy long finish. This is nice. I like this a lot. And how the nose is different every time you go back is just more than wild to me. This is nuts. Let's see what happens when you put a little drop of water in it. Oh, it's good to be back on track. I don't know when the order of these are going to come out, because obviously I'm so far behind, and like I'm catching up with some of my older reviews, and yeah, but there's one coming out that was not one of my favorites. Stay tuned for that one. So it's nice to be back up with another one I'm absolutely loving, and this one is fantastic. Ooh, wow. The water has done some things about some things. I was not the biggest fan of the nose. It was crazy how it was changing, but it wasn't loving it. I love it with water. Oh, it's like baked cinnamon bread straight out of the oven. I mean, oh my. It's just kind of so soft and delicate, like those sharp, it was kind of turned into a medicinal note. That's gone, and now it's just back to that confectionery sugar, sweet, like I said, almost a baked cinnamon bread out of the oven. Like, that is nice. That is really nice. That is just sweet cinnamon baked bread. I mean, fresh out of the oven. That smells so good. Really just cut that medicinal note out. It's just gone now, which I was not really liking the way that was kind of coming in, but oh wow, that's amazing. Let's see how it tastes. Goodbye. Gave a little bit of more of a tart, salty, oaky note all the way through the palate. Actually, the oak really gets prevalent the farther it goes back. but it gives it kind of a tart, salty, oaky note right over the lips. And then mid-palate, it's kind of a little bit salty and oaky. And then it gets real oaky on the back end of the palate. Boy, the water really breaks out the oak notes. That has to be because it's that 18 years, but the water really did some things. It crushed on the nose. The absolute nose was amazing with the water. And the flavor, I dug it too. Man, it's tough. I really like the flavor neat. But with water, it was like a completely different experience and still fantastic. That just smooth oak influence all the way through with a little sweet, salty nip, kind of like Cracker Jacks. This is a fantastic bottle, and man, this is why I love Foursquare. They're all so good, and man, this probably just shot right to the top. This is an amazing bottle. Is it worth $300? Good Lord, 18 years, that's a long time, but my gosh. Like I said, it's down to $214 now. And without the Washington taxes, you're going to be, closer to the $200 range. And would I pop for $200 for this? Yep, all day. So you're probably getting it for closer to $200 where you're at, and I say it's worth that all day long. This is fantastic. Oh man, I probably won't be doing it often, but let's put it over some ice and see how it handles. All right, on, man. Woo. Well, do I go grab a bottle now before it's gone since it's down to $214 so I make sure I have a backup of this thing? This is fantastic. It's like I kept telling myself to go back and grab a 2008. Now I don't really see them anywhere. And that's another one that's up there. Top 5 for sure, maybe the third best. Top 3. That's 2008 is up there. I like the Nobiliary. I like them all. There's so many good ones. So many good ones. But yeah, this and the Tombstone, I really need to do it side by side. Man, this is the Tombstone, the 2008. But we'll be doing a few of them, see what's what. But this is up there. So good. So good. Kind of just a oaky popsicle note. A little bit of that wildflower florals there, but more just an oaky essence over the ice. Kind of getting a little bit of that molasses, that spicy honey, but mainly just oak. Let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Really smooth, delicate, sweet oak. Boy, I don't know how to even explain that. That doesn't taste like a whole lot. Kind of maybe gets a little bit of that rhubarb pie on the back end of it, but a little, just really flat, oaky sweet. I say flat because it's bursting with so many flavors, neat and with water, that the ice just tamped a lot of that out. And it just flattened everything and just a smooth, oaky sweetness. A little bit of saltiness right over the lips, over at the front. But yeah, this one, it kills too many of the flavors over ice. If that's your thing and that's what you do, I ain't mad at you, but nice little sweetness on the back end of the ice. But yeah, it just kills too many of the flavors, but it's not horrible. I mean, it's such a good drink that, it's not terrible over the ice. It's okay, but so much better without it. Oh man, this is fantastic. I've been trying to get a little harder and tougher on my scores with all these drams, trying to keep it up because there's just so many of them. And like I said, I usually know what I'm looking for, so of course they rate pretty high because that's what I'm going for. And usually when it's what I'm expecting, I like them and they're great. But this one really is up there. This, man. The nose is wild without water. That is so weird. But the taste is fantastic. Oh, so wild. What a dram. 18 years just doing some things. For that much time and some oak, I guess it gets a little wild once it finally gets free and in a glass. That's amazing. It's just the water, is how it can change that much with just a few drops is mind-boggling. But boy, does it. That is delicious. Just sweet home good baked goods. Man, yeah, I think I have to give this a 9 out of 10. This is fantastic. This is up there. Definitely going to be one I'm going to be reaching for the most for a while. I always get nervous when they start getting halfway down because if I don't go get another one right away. That's expensive, a lot of money for a rum, but I might just go have to back this one up. That is delicious, and I can see myself going through this bottle pretty quick. Absolutely love it. So glad the Covenant made their way up. We still got a couple more on deck. We got the Equius and the Magisterium, or however the hell you say these crazy names that they come up with for these things. But I'm excited to get to them, so stay tuned. They're coming up quick. I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. Till we see you on the next one. Goodbye.